The sun burned mercilessly over the land. Cracks spread like scars across the dry soil, and the once lush fields of Raghav's village had crumbled into dust. By the old well, their only source of water, villagers stood in silence, peering in, bone dry. A hush fell. "We're doomed," someone whispered. A mother clutched her child, fear tightening her grip. Goats and cows lay weak beneath the trees, barely breathing. The crops were long dead. Raghav clenched his fists and stared up at the sky. Why is this happening to us? Why would life be so cruel? He turned to the elder, his mentor, the calmest man he knew, hoping for an answer. But the old man simply said, "Everything happens for a reason." Raghav frowned. His chest burned. What reason could there possibly be for this much suffering? He wanted to shout, argue, demand meaning from the skies, but something in the elder's gaze made him fall silent. That night, Raghav sat outside his home. The field stretched out before him, lifeless. He thought about leaving, maybe heading south toward the river towns, maybe waiting for rain, maybe doing nothing. Then the elder appeared, quietly sitting beside him. "Do you believe life is against you?" he asked. Raghav let out a bitter breath. "What else am I supposed to believe?" The elder chuckled softly. "Do you know what the earth does when it's thirsty?" Raghav shook his head. "It digs deep, and in the depths, it finds water." The words landed in Raghav's mind like a seed. That night, he made a decision. At sunrise, Raghav picked up a shovel and walked to the dry well. The villagers watched, confused, curious. He raised the blade and drove it into the cracked earth. 1 hour passed, then 2. The sun rose high, scorching his back. "He's lost his mind," some whispered. His hands blistered, his arms throbbed. Doubt crawled into his thoughts. Maybe they're right. Maybe this is pointless. But he kept digging, day after day. The pit grew deeper, still no water. His breath grew ragged, his body screamed, but he refused to stop. On the 7th day, thud. His shovel hit something soft, wet, a trickle of water, then a rush, then boom! A hidden spring burst forth, flooding the pit with clean, cold water. The villagers ran forward, eyes wide. Tears and laughter mixed. Raghav had saved them. Had the drought never come, they never would have found this underground spring. As the water flowed and the crowd rejoiced, Raghav looked up, remembering the elder's words. Everything happens for a reason. Far away, in a grand kingdom, a powerful king faced his own misfortune. While out hunting, his sword slipped. A sharp sting. Blood poured from a deep gash in his finger. "Why did this happen to me?" he snapped. His royal advisor, calm and wise, replied, "Everything happens for a reason." The king exploded in anger. "This is nonsense. How can this injury be a good thing?" In rage, he ordered the advisor thrown into prison. Days later, the king continued deeper into the forest. Suddenly, shouts, spears. A hostile tribe ambushed him. They tied his hands and dragged him to their village. A ritual fire blazed. The king watched in horror. They were preparing a sacrifice. Him. His chest tightened. This was the end. But then, a tribesman pointed at his hand. A murmur spread. One finger was missing. Their custom was strict. Only a perfect body could be offered to the gods. The sacrifice was called off. The king was released. His injury had saved his life. Sitting safely in his palace, the king sent word for the advisor. When the advisor arrived, the king stood and said, "You were right. That cut saved my life. I'm sorry for imprisoning you." The advisor smiled gently. "I too must thank fate. Had you not thrown me in prison, I would have been with you on that hunt." He paused. "And unlike you, I have no missing fingers." And so both Raghav and the king learned the same truth, that even in moments of despair, life may be guiding us towards something greater. Sometimes the struggle itself is the reason. But once the struggle fades, how do you hold on to happiness? Hear this next story to discover how to be happy with what you have.